What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Happy Fridays to everybody. Just want to dive right into it. So, in today's topic, man, I just don't believe that the Cowboys are completely done in free agency. And the reason for that being, man, is because I just don't think that the Cowboys cut Zeke completely for no reason. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, they cut Zeke because he was already slowing down, he was wearing down, he was slowing the offense down. I get all that, and I'm sure that played a big role, but the Cowboys just ain't going to do nothing. They're not going to cut somebody for just that reason. I think the Cowboys love Zeke that much. I think they were willing to let him play out if he wasn't going to take so much of the cap hit, because they just love Zeke that much. But I think the Cowboys have something bigger in mind, man. And two things come into mind for me that I think that they're going to do with the cut of Zeke. Now, when they cut him, they're going to gain $10 million in cap money because of that. Now, when I look at the running back situation, I know you got Tony Pollard, you got Rojo, and so on and so forth or whatever. And I know you got the NFL draft coming up and all that. But I think the Cowboys have something up their sleeve, man. And it could be one or two things, in my opinion. The first one, I think, is that they bring Zeke back. I think that they have to do it this way so that way they can bring Zeke back for a cheaper deal in case they don't feel comfortable about any of the running backs coming out of obviously, all they had was Ronald Jones, or the rest of the running backs in free agencies weren't starting caliber, or they were just not good enough to replace Zeke, to begin with. So I think that the Cowboys want to bring him back, but the only way to do it is to cut him, sign him back on a cheaper deal so that way they don't got to eat so much of that cap hit. Now, that's going to be more of a far-fetched thing. I don't think so. I don't think that they would do that. I think Jerry Jones would have did it a different way if that was the case. But another thing that I think that they are going to do is I think the Cowboys have one more free agency move up their sleeve, man. I just think that they wouldn't free up that $10 million just to have. I mean, what do they gain by not spending it? If Jerry Jones is serious about this win now mode and I want to get a Super Bowl now and everything, I think they got one move up. I think they got one. He got one more move up his sleeve, man. I think that there's somebody out there that we're just not knowing about, or he's not talking about. It could be a defensive tackle. It could be a wide receiver. I know there's speculation of DeAndre Hopkins. That the Cardinals may cut him. I don't know if Jerry Jones is trying to save that money, so in case they do, he could bring him on board. I think the draft will say a lot. I think whoever Cowboys don't draft, I think that they're going to address in the free agency, man. Like for example, let's just say they don't draft a wide receiver. Cowboys fans, we all think that we could use a receiver, right? Because of Michael Gallup. Not for sure if he's going to be able to produce because of injury, so on and so forth. But if they don't draft, I think they're going to the free agency, man. I think, like I said, because of that cut of Zeke and the freeing up of $10 million, bro, I think that they're going to go after somebody like DeAndre Hopkins, a defensive tackle, Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner. Those are two defensive tackles from the Colts that I think that they can go after. I've been also hearing on the NFL Network and all that stuff of Dalvin Cook being possibly named to the Cowboys from some type of signing or trade, however it is. I haven't looked really much into it. That's another one. Look at Saquon Barkley. He doesn't want to sign his franchise tag or whatever it is that he doesn't want to sign. I guess he wants to get a big contract or whatever. Would Cowboys fans be opening up to him? I mean, I was very high on him when he was coming out of the draft out of Penn State. I remember I was saying to myself, man, I hope the Giants don't freaking get Saquon Barkley, man. He's freaking quick, explosive, man. He can cut on the dime. He's fucking powerful, man. He's a young, stronger, not as worn down Zeke. Man, he's if Zeke and Pollard were together, that'd be Saquon. Now, I know his injury is a bit of an issue. He's always hurt all the time, and I know that raises a red flag and so on and so forth. But, I mean, it'd be fun to think about. I mean, why would Jerry want that extra $10 million? Who are they going to sign in our group? I mean, they can extend Dak, but, I mean, and then that brings me to my next topic, man. I think the Cowboys are as close as a Super Bowl team as they're ever going to be right now. I think your defense is there, are ready to get a Super Bowl. I mean, how many more weapons you're going to have to put around Dak? I mean, what else do you need Dak to have to win a Super Bowl? And a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're probably missing a running back to pair with Tony Pollard. Okay, if you draft a running back this year, Bijan, Gibbs, whoever, I think this running back class is pretty deep. I mean, there he goes. He's going to have that. If you draft a wide receiver, he's going to have what? CeeDee Lamb, Cooks, Gallup, and the next wide receiver. Okay, boom, you're going to have that. If you draft an offensive guard or tackle in the first round or two, you're going to have that. You're going to have your line solidified. It's going to open up your run game. It's going to be able to have Dak sit back in the pocket, be comfortable, pick out his wide receivers, do his check downs and all that, do his reads and all that, so on and so forth, and then he can make the plays. But, I mean, how much more can you give Dak? I mean, Dak is consistently good. He's not great because, in my opinion, great is like Patrick Mahomes and all that stuff. He's consistently good. He's always good enough to get you there, but is Dak going to put you over the top? How much more are you going to need? I always told myself, if it was Joe Money, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, or whoever, if they were in the Cowboys, they would be in the Super Bowl all the time. I mean, I don't know how much more Cowboys fans are going to take from Dak. I mean, I hope he bounces back. I hope it's just his one bad year. By all means, I mean, I like Dak. I think he's tough and all that stuff. But, man, I just don't know if he's him. I don't know if he's from him University, if you know what I'm talking about. I obviously wish I do. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on my quarterback. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still my quarterback. I mean, I wish he does. Who wouldn't want their quarterback to do great? But, I mean, this year I feel like will tell me if he could be able to do it or not. Now, I know last video I addressed the defense a little bit about the secondary and all that stuff, but I just want to go over real quick on what I think the Cowboys need to address. I'm not going to get into it too much, but I don't think the Cowboys are set as linebacker. I've seen a video of somebody talking about that he thinks the Cowboys are more set at linebacker than I think, but I don't think so, man. I think Parsons is obviously our lockdown. I think the Cowboys can upgrade from LVE. I don't think he's I think he's not everything the Cowboys need in the middle, man. We need somebody that's smart along with being physical, aggressive, speed, athleticism, because that's how the game's going. It's all about speed. It's all about effort. It's all about, instinct and being able to breaking down defenses and knowing, recognizing coverage and all that stuff. I just don't know if LVE is the right fit for us on our team. And then you have a dog in Damone Clark, but once again, it's going to be up to the Cowboys if they're going to want to play him more. I think they should. I think he's young. I think he has it. I think he needs the reps. I think he needs the experience. I think he needs to play more with Parsons. I think the Cowboys need to bring in a veteran, a linebacker. I don't know who's really out there right now. I have to go do my homework, so forgive me for that. But I think the Cowboys need a veteran at linebacker to be able to teach the youngins, man, like Parsons and Clark, man. I think you have a good one in Clark. I think Cowboys need to pay him. I think him and Cox need to play it out and see who can win the role. And I think Damone Clark is the man for that job for the upcoming future duo at linebacker. Obviously, defensive tackle. I covered that in the other story. In the other video. I think defensive tackle needs to be covered. And I just think on offense, if the Cowboys don't address the wide receiver, you still have your three-headed monster. You have CeeDee, Cooks, and you have Gallup. And then you have Tolbert. I'm hearing that Tolbert's looking very good at practice. He's practicing with Dak, running routes, catching balls. He looks in phenomenal shape. He looks great. That's a good sign to see before the draft. I hope it doesn't scare the Cowboys away from getting somebody if like JSN falls to us. And I just think the Cowboys the last thing the Cowboys just need to address the offensive line. I think the offensive line is our key, man. You need to strengthen our strength, man. I think that you need to put back the Great Wall of Dallas when it was Frederick, Zach Martin, Tyrone Smith, and all that stuff. And I know some of those players are still there and some of them are hurt, but you know what? You get what I'm trying to say. Strengthen that strength. Zach Martin's still a dog. Still is a dog, young offensive tackle. He's going to be good. Tyler Smith is doing his thing at tackle. If you don't believe in him, draft another one that's going to be good. Let them play it out. If he doesn't beat out Tyler Smith at left tackle, throw Tyler Smith's ass at left guard. Let the other guy play left tackle or switch him around. If Tyler Smith is the guy, throw his ass back at left tackle and throw that left guard that you're going to draft or whoever, throw his ass at guard, man, and solidify that line. You solidify that line, Dallas. Dak is going to do his fucking thing. We're going to run the ball. We're going to be explosive. We're going to be back to us being the dynamic offense, the number one offense in the league. And then our defense is already our fucking heartbeat of this team. And you got D-Law and Parsons doing this thing, man. Add on to them, man. Don't make Parsons feel like he's the only one that's don't tire him out. Don't let him lose that fire and focus and the wanting to win a championship because you won't give him help. Give it to him, Dallas. Give it to both of them, man. Give it to Dak and Parsons, man. Those are your guys, man. Build around them. Give them fucking weapons. And I think Cowboys will be all right, man. That's been my time, man. I hope y'all had a great Friday. Drink some cold ones for me. Have a good time this weekend. And I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.